What is going on? I'm Zedmot, and I am a filthy casual. More on that soon, but for now, we're going to get code Zedmot in that creator boost in every single Supercell game. And the weather here has been insanely nice, and I have missed all sorts of push points. But on the plus side, the number one complaint that I get is that my tech trees are not in touch with the majority, and hopefully this season a little bit more so. Anyways, I am gonna take the plunge. I am gonna jump to the 6 engine room level. Don't know how that's gonna go. I haven't seen anyone in the 6 engine room level in my limited searches without the Doom Cannon, so that might be a mistake jumping to the 6 engine room level. Just know that the 6 engine room level, people have gone back for Seekers to get 2 engine rooms. It is a bloodbath, so this might be a very, 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 very bad idea, but we're gonna do it anyways for the science, because worst case, whatever. I am gonna build a base, and the base that I'm gonna build is based, yes, base on base, is that people are going to fizzle. I don't know if that's the case without the Doom Cannon, so we might have to rebuild this. The base yesterday, I talked about wait a little bit before building because I didn't know how it was going to go. It went very well. I managed to get up into 19. I was then in and out and around 19 for a while. I'm guessing that the fact that this is funneling people towards the back is where all of the danger lies. It kind of seems like Seekers should be able to just crush this base, but I am copying Abo Fahad, and he is a beast player with a beast base, but he does have a Doom Cannon. So I will pause right here. I'll come back with some things in place, and then we'll see how badly I can fizzle. And just like that, we've got all the defenses in place. There should be a Doom Cannon in that glaring hole right there, touching that flamethrower and touching that engine room, but otherwise looks fairly gosh darn scary, even without the mines, even without the Doom Cannon. So I don't know if my next step will be going backwards for that Doom Cannon or continuing forwards towards Bullet. It seems like Bullet is going to change the meta a little bit, but that hasn't happened quite yet. Very, very curious to hear. Also seems like I should be able to cruise into 20. Should. You never know how those shoulds go, though, because things change so gosh darn quickly. I am going to continue to throw these mines out here. I don't have a heck of a lot to chat about. Some of you are still trying to figure out how that third shock launcher bug works. Don't waste your time. It's just going to ruin your season going through that negative node in the wrong fashions, trying to keep my yap shut. I do have a video scheduled for after the season if you're curious about how that third shock launcher bug worked, but it won't be coming out till after the season. And no, you can't become a member to get it early or something along those lines. We are keeping it under wraps, and none of my accounts have the third shock launcher, even though they very, very much could. We're going to keep throwing these mines out here. I'll be back in a little bit, and we will get some attacks rocking and rolling. Okay, we have gotten all of the mines found and placed. I just dropped my legendary / top 50 trophy, top 500 trophy, I should say, in the middle to try and make people think maybe there's some mines behind it. Spoiler alert, there are no mines behind it. I actually think they do more use by not having mines behind them than if they do. We are going to jump in and see what we match. Don't know if we're going to get 6s or 5s or 4s or 3s. My 5 engine room Seeker account keeps matching 3s, which is hilarious. I feel bad every time I crush them, but that's what happens when your Seeker account is sitting at 5 engine rooms, ready to go to 6, and is in rank 16. Not a proud moment for me. Some of you yesterday asked for some Seeker tips. Let me know where you're looking for them, at the 5 engine room level, the 6 engine room level. Don't really know what you're after without some more details. And against this 5, I have no idea if they're going to clear me completely or get 0 engine room. So for the moment, we're just going to go slow and steady. And they do have critter launchers. We're going to come from this left-hand side because that's what I know. That mortar is not going to range us. We're going to drop a boat of Zookas there. We're going to drop a boat of heavies over there. Heavies over there. Zookas and this stuff. And we will be clearing these mines because I am overly paranoid. And now just coming through all of this stuff so slowly and so surely, and just trying our darndest to clear mines whenever the heck it is necessary. I have failed this so many times, it is ridiculous. The number of times that I have thrown a cryo bomb trying to throw a tiny shock, or vice versa, is way too high. It is crazy. And now this machine gun is eating us up on this right-hand side, not doing great work by any stretch of the imagination, but on the plus side, we did get rid of that machine gun. Our troops are moving forwards, and we are going to keep throwing out tiny shocks, one by stinking one. Medkits also very helpful. I can already tell that this attack has gone to pot. We are going to flare the heck away. I would love to have smoke, but we just don't have that option available to us. And now hopefully that mech is going to get out front and do some useful stuff for us. We are going to hit those 2 mines right there. It is going to be absolutely catastrophic if we're not careful. And speaking of catastrophic, my goodness, ever since they changed things, the critter launchers are so hard to deal with when you have Zookas. And speaking of hard to deal with, we have made so many mistakes on this attack. So getting warmed up, not going super duper well. Our opponent has gotten 1 engine room, and I don't know how they would have gotten 1 and left the rest of the engine rooms up. So we're going to have to see how the heck that's going to go. Getting onto that gosh darned machine gun, and we're about to lose all of our troops. So probably gonna lose based on the fact that our opponent has already gotten a couple engine rooms. This attack is just absolute hot dog water. That's not the expression, I know, but kind of concerned that that base is not gonna stand up as well as it did for other people. Nagia Tran 2 coming in. What do you got? Zookas and Kavan coming in and getting all of the engine rooms. That is not a good sign whatsoever. Probably need the Doom cannon. I think we will find out though. Just getting absolutely beat in a big way. Not quickly, but Kavan paying dividends for this player who I can't even begin to pronounce their name. So definitely need to have better attacks than I just did if we want to get higher, but that kind of comes with time, and I find that definitely takes me a little bit of time to get warmed up, but I don't have a lot of time these days, so you get me at my worst, and hopefully that works out nonetheless. You notice that I am using 1 boat of mechs. Mechs I've found to be very helpful. Their critter launchers being at shore should actually help us a little bit. We're gonna go heavy cryo bomb mech Zuka, and then our good friends, the what are those called? Cryoneers. Now, quick note that I have no idea if Cryoneers double slow or if it's just the whatever the heck I'm trying to say, or if the cryo bomb on its own is all the slowing. One of you asked that, and if someone out there can figure it out, I would love to hear the results, but I myself have no clue if the Cryoneers can double slow things. That is one of those questions that I love to hear, but I just don't have the answer for, unfortunately. So we are just going to come right at this thing, hopefully not losing all of our Zookas along that left-hand side in the process, and then just walk through this base, hoping to keep as many of our gosh darn troops alive as we possibly can, thanks to that cryo bomb, thanks to Brick's abilities and medkits and all the rest of it. There is so much going on this right-hand side. Our mech is doing nothing for us at all. Definitely need another of those beautiful medkits out there, and our opponent has retreated. So we are just going to flare right into the middle of this mix. Fizzle meta in full effect. My base does not, wow, machine gun not getting a brick. She's sneaking by, flaring out of the way, getting that attack done against DDM. I recognize that name. One of those opponents you see every season. DDM, we finally got a 6. This is what we've all been waiting for, or I've been waiting for anyways. Don't know where to attack from. I feel like going up this left-hand side is a recipe for disaster, so I'm just gonna send all of our stuff up this back right-hand side, knowing that Zookas are gonna be a little bit faster, getting Brick out there, and we are just gonna send them to this back right-hand corner and hope for the best. And if you're wondering why I have not yet dropped Cryoneers, it's because those ladies are gosh darn speedy. So we are going to send all of this stuff back into here, trying to keep that flare alive to the best of our abilities, and then dropping that cryo bomb because I hate hitting mines. And now we should be decent. Just walking in from the back door. Don't know if this is going to be the right solution or not, but it is what we are doing at the second. So we are just going to continue walking on in, trying to send our troops back in there, and also trying to keep all of this stuff alive in the process. Don't know if this is the right approach. Definitely need to spend a little bit of time reviewing some attacks, but the fact is we are on the engine rooms, our troops are moving forwards, and we missed at least one of those machine guns, which I think has to be a good sign, I would think. But again, just don't know. We are on an engine room, we've got an engine room, and our troops are still alive and kicking, but those gosh darned critter launchers have come unfrozen. Thankfully, our mech doing all sorts of good stuff for us. Needed to move forward a little bit, and obviously Kavan would have made this a little bit better, but we got a couple engine rooms. They did not have the Doom Cannon though, so they're in a similar situation as me. We are gonna run away with our tail between our legs and picked up a win. So we are moving up closer and closer to 19. 19 doesn't give us any new goodness. Also, that next chest, not gonna give us any new goodness, but I think just having flares there. A bunch of people in 6 will not have flares. I caved about a week ago and went back and got flares and then regretted it, so now suddenly not regretting it quite so much. I feel like making... Nope, not that song. We are going to send all of our troops towards that back, except for one. We are going to keep our little ace in the hole here, sending them back into here, getting that cryo bomb right about there. Tried to throw it, but my screen dragged, which was not ideal, but it actually worked out okay, I think. Now we're going to get that into there. All of our Zookas are going to go there, except for these ladies over in here, which are hopefully going to get that front engine room down as we throw our tiny shock out there to slow that critter launcher's roll. And now, just coming through all of this stuff, we've got... I'm pretty happy with our split here. Don't have to worry about a heck of a lot for the second, and we're gonna get that engine room down. Didn't actually need that boat. That boat is all dead, but you win some, you lose some. And now just cruising along this back wall, bit by stinking little bit, and as soon as that shock launcher turns, we will throw a tiny shock its way. Would love to flare towards that back wall a little bit more. But that is not in the cards anytime soon, because these front Zookas are doing absolute work. They are just grinding along, and we are going to throw our tiny shocks there and there because critter launchers absolutely terrify me. And now just cruising through. Does this base not have mortars? Is that what they're missing? Not having mortars just making all of our work so much easier. It is crazy. That Cryoneer doing great things for us. A quick note that I did upgrade my Cryoneers to tick 2. That gave us an extra little bit of percentages, and all of the percentages matter at the second. It's so it seems. Medkit going to be very, very, very important at the second because we flared into an awful spot. That shock launcher just crushing us. Do not flare where I flared. That was awful. Thankfully, we got a tiny shock. We got some Zookas. We got a medkit, and our opponent got 0 engine rooms. So moving to 6 engine rooms seems like it's not a bad thing without shocks, without the Doom Cannon. We are going to walk through these bases. I'm going to get back into 19 with you guys on board, which I'm pretty excited about. Our Zookas look like they're all about to go poof. Need to get that med kit out in an absolute hurry. And now we've got just enough troops to take down that engine room. These attacks were frankly terrible and horrifying and god-awful, but they worked enough to get enough wins to move us upwards, and that's the important bit. We got all the engine rooms, they got none of the engine rooms, and we are going to rank up. Should be able to get 20, don't know if I'll be able to get diamond based on A, lack of stuff, and B, lack of time. Now the next question, of course, if I claim the next chest in gold, which I very much should, we should be able to get that Doom Cannon. And it's a question of, do we get the Doom Cannon and then go towards rocket launchers? Don't know. It kind of feels like that might be the answer. Because if I do a little mini push here, get to 20, I get that Doom Cannon, which at the moment should be able to push me over the edge into diamond, at which point I can go towards rocket launchers or bombardiers. Or I suppose up towards bullet with that remote hack. Dunno, lots of questions to be answered, but hopefully this video helped you answer some of your questions. 6 engine rooms is greater than 5. Huzzah! I shall talk to you soon. As always, thank you for spending some time with me, coming in, commenting, liking, sharing, subscribing, code ZModding. Yes, that is a new verb I just invented. I shall talk to you soon. Keep those missions rocking and rolling. Keep that submarine diving. Doing 2 things at the same time for that one right there. I'll talk to you soon. I'm ZedMod. Thanks for coming in. Peace.